Hey everyone, this is Chris Crazy House, and this will be an episode of my Chris Crazy Convos videos. And that's going to be a combination of me talking about a certain subject matter, but also doing a live drawing. I used to do something similar years ago. It was called a sketch blog, but I've always wanted to do something that was a little bit more free form and also something that I could chat with you guys while I'm doing so. So this is going to be kind of the happy medium between two of the things that I love doing, giving my commentary about what's going on in the world of pop culture, but also doing some live drawing as well. So this will kind of be like a pilot episode of that. And what we're going to be talking about today is the uh, news of the actress Gal Godot getting ready to play the historical Cleopatra and some of the controversy around that, or maybe non controversy. We'll get into that. And we'll also be talking about, does anime have a race problem? I saw a very interesting article and video from The Guardian over in the UK, and it did a very interesting interview series and talking to a lot of black anime fans and their feelings of race and how black people are portrayed in anime. So that's what we'll be talking about. And while I'm talking about that, I will be doing a live drawing of a zombie. It is October, Halloween season. I love this time of year, and I love zombie films, and I love drawing zombies. And we're going to be doing a very nasty, slimy, stank breath, melting face, bite your face off, ugly zombie. So I hope you guys stick around, and I'll kind of give you my mindset while drawing this as well and give you maybe some idea of how I accomplished it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, folks. This is going to be my first little Chris Crazy convo. Hopefully this works out and I can do more of these. So let's play the intro and get it started. This crazy house is most definitely in the house, and this is going to be some crazy convo while also doing some drawing of a zombie. So while I'm doing the drawing is going to be, it was already recorded, but I'm going to be showcasing it. And if you are in the live chat, please feel free to ask any questions you want about maybe my art techniques or maybe how I got into drawing or whatever you want to ask as far as that goes. I have a lot of fun doing these types of drawings. Zombies have always been a fun thing for me to do because you really don't have to follow too many rules. Just be as nasty and grotesque as you want to be and make them as dead and ugly as you want. So that's what I'm going to be doing here, and I'll give you little tidbits here and there about my techniques as far as drawing, and I hope it gives some help out there to those who are art students or people who just maybe be hobbyists or enthusiasts about art and like to draw. I hope you get a kick out of this. So first, just let me say, get my advertisements out of the way, that this blog it is sponsored by Naturally Cute Fantasy Coloring Book. This is my latest in my series of coloring books, Naturally Cute, where I feature cute drawings of black women with their natural hair. The first two books were more just everyday women doing everyday things in everyday life. But this one, I wanted to do something special and do something fun. So I decided to do black women with their natural hair, but in different fantasy settings. So we got black women who are princesses. We got black women who are queens in there from your classic high fantasy. We got fairy tale girls in there. We got cyberpunk stuff in there. We got steampunk stuff in there. We got black women as superheroes. And we got black women as space rangers, kind of like a mix of retro sci-fi and Star Trek. So that's what we got going on right now, folks. It is available now on Amazon.com. I'll post a link in my description box, and you guys can go pick up Naturally Cute Fantasy right now, as well as my other coloring books, which will also be available on my Amazon store. Also, I have some a new line of t-shirts, a t-shirt design I call the Pumpkin Witch, which I have put out for the October, November, fall season. So it'll be a limited time. So if you want to go get it now at my TeeSpring store. I remember doing this design in my sketchbook maybe a year ago, and I decided to update it and color it, make it look real nice, make it look real cool, and put it out there for a t-shirt design. I think people will enjoy this a lot. So if you're a young lady, or if you know a young lady who would appreciate this shirt, seeing a natural black woman as a pumpkin witch for Halloween, and you just want to have some fun for the fall season, please go ahead and pick one up. I got the t-shirts in comfort and classic, and I also have some v-neck t-shirts as well, and I also have some more wintry type wear if you want to get it for when things start to kind of really get cold in the fall time. So you got some hoodies and some long sleeve shirts as well, and some long sleeve sweatshirts on the TeeSpring store. There's lots of other products on there. I hope you guys will go pick it up. I know you will enjoy it. So now that we got the ads out of the way, let's get on to the crazy convo and drawing this ugly, nasty, slimy, stank breath zombie. So here we are, folks, sitting at my drawing desk talking mess. And when I do this zombie drawing, of course, I'm going to be starting out with just some pencils here. So I know it looks like I'm moving kind of fast. I promise you, I am not on any type of drugs or methamphetamines. I actually sped up the drawing so we're not here. It's not in real time, so I didn't want to be here or keep you here for more than 2 hours while I'm sitting here doing this drawing. So I sped it up a little bit just as a way that we can get through this, but you can also at least see what I'm doing here. So just starting off with some basic mechanical pencil, just putting in just your basic details of what I want this zombie to look like. Nothing too hard, too stressful. I kind of want him to be kind of slimy and kind of disgusting looking, almost kind of like what you would see from like, a Toxic Avenger or something like that. This is not necessarily your classic zombie or the ones you see on The Walking Dead. This is more of my own version of what zombies should probably look like. Something that probably has been contaminated, may even have a couple of diseases. Something you want to avoid, definitely, though. But, and I kind of go over it with some Sharpie just because, just to kind of basically have the basic outline of what I want to do and where I want to go when I color this in with some markers. But just to say, folks, what I want to talk about is what's going on with Gal Godot being cast as Cleopatra. I guess they're going to do a new Cleopatra movie. And, you saw a lot of people online get into an uproar. I also wanted to kind of comment on what's going on with this. Does anime have a race problem and the black fandom within the anime community and the things they might be going through? So that's what we're going to be talking about while I'm doing this drawing here. Let's fill out in and around this zombie here, kind of make his clothes a little bit tattered, and then we're going to showcase me doing a little bit of coloring with some art markers as we go along. So let's start off with Gal Godot. Let's talk about her first. So I saw that, they announced that Gal Godot was going to play Cleopatra, and a lot of people online were kind of having a fit about it, especially a lot of black folks, kind of harping on the old line of, you have these historical characters who probably were people of color, but they keep getting white actresses or white actors to portray them. They did the same thing with Gods of Egypt that came out not too long ago. Maybe, was it 2013, 2012, I think. And people were upset about that too. So my whole thing is, I really don't get upset when these things happen. And I know Gal Godot is actually an Israeli Jew, very white, very pale. I have nothing against her personally. I think she's actually a pretty decent actress. I was very pleasantly surprised by her playing Wonder Woman because I think she actually gets the character. Wonder Woman is a great female character in that she can be strong. Excuse me. She can be strong without losing her femininity. She's a great character in that way, and she doesn't lose her compassion. A lot of people write Wonder Woman and don't get the idea that she also is very compassionate and caring about the human race. She's not just all tough and not all bravado. A lot of people miss that, though, when they have the character. But she gets it. So, my whole thing is this, folks. To me, it's not that big of a deal that you have this woman playing Cleopatra. I don't think this is something that black people should be getting themselves in a tizzy because this is what Hollywood does. And anything that they create, there's always going to be a racial component there. And it's high time that black people who watch these movies need to just go ahead and accept that. Stop getting so butthurt about these things. This is how Hollywood has always been, and this is how it's always going to be. Only because you do not control anything within Hollywood. Of course, they're going to deify themselves. They're going to portray themselves as gods or the god, or as the Messiah, or always as the hero. They're always going to be the superhero. They're always going to portray themselves in this way. Okay, they do that because they're in control of it. Of course, they're going to want to uplift themselves. Why would they do anything else? I'm waiting for us to do the same. When I say us, I mean other black people. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for us to do the same, where we glorify and deify ourselves in pop culture and stop worrying so much about what other folks are doing. I know you watch these movies too, and you want to be accepted within the mainstream culture, but you need to realize where you live at and what kind of culture you're living in. All right? It's not about you, it's about them. So you're going to have to accept that they do this type of nonsense. They don't have to include you. The only reason they even would attempt to include you is to get some money out of you. Okay, they just want that green, just like the green on this zombie here. I'm kind of using like a dark booger type green for the zombie. I put in some darks, some black, and like a dark like stone color, and then I kind of went over it with this green here, very dark green. I'm going to kind of go over that even with kind of like a muddy green type color. And the markers I'm using, for those who want to know, they're called Arteza markers, art markers. They're kind of like a step below those Copic markers, the ones that are like the industry standard and the most expensive. These are kind of like a step below. I'm bootlegged like that. I don't really feel that I need to overpay to get quality artwork. This is kind of something I like to do as almost like as a relaxing hobby. So I don't think I need to be spending too much money on it. But I mean, these do cost a little bit. They're in the $20-$30 range, and if you want a large set, maybe like $60. Not that big of a deal. I had extra cash because of this quarantine that's been going on, so I haven't been spending a lot of money on gas. So I had that extra cash to just go ahead and buy some high-end markers, and I've been having lots of fun. If you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Facebook, you know I've been having lots of fun with these markers. So that's what I'm using here, and I kind of go over the greens and the green parts of his body. I kind of wanted him to look kind of green and slimy, so that's where I'm going with that. And you'll see me kind of just quickly filling in that. I'm kind of going to go over that again. Just kind of give him that greenish tinge. And probably add a little bit of highlights in a second or so. But back to Gal Godot. You know, like I said, guys, you getting upset about them making an Egyptian white in a movie. They've been making Egyptians white in history. They've been doing that forever. That's nothing new. If they do it in actual history, if they tell you that the Egyptians, the Moors, the Carthaginians, some of the original Greeks and the Greek heroes and their mythology, if they tell you God is white, why would they not make movies where they portray themselves as the royalty of Egypt? Like, what part of this do you not understand, folks? You know, it's funny to me when I see these things where you see black people getting upset online, and you know, to even get into I even see black people debating with certain folks, other Caucasians and whatnot, debating with them about the merits and the history of ancient Egypt. That is the most time-wasting thing I've ever seen. Okay, either they're extremely ignorant and don't know, or they do know and they have a vested interest in keeping the truth from you. So you sitting there debating with them and arguing with them about the skin tone of the Egyptians is time wasting. If you know the truth, then you need to go out there and find something that supports that truth for you. Like when I saw this story about Gal Godot, I didn't get mad at all, because I'm like, well, you know, I myself have created comic books and graphic novels with black Egyptians. I've done artwork with that as well. I know people who make cartoons and games, like people like the Black Sands Entertainment. They do amazing comic book work and DVDs about having, you know, black kids as Egyptians. Just amazing work, amazing action, high quality stuff. I talked about this before in that video that I did earlier this week, where I talked about, you know, just because this is made by black content creators doesn't mean that it's trash. It's actually good. There's actually a lot of really high quality work out there of seeing black people in these fantasy settings or in the historical context where they should be. So don't get too put off when they make these types of movies or whatever with white females or white males. Go support your own. That way you don't have to be too upset. That's how I feel about it. And that's why I don't get too upset about it. Does it do harm to your children? Possibly. If they don't know the truth? Yes, it can, but that's up to you. You need to teach them the truth. That way they won't be so put off when they see nonsense like this. So I'm going to take a quick little break here to give you another little ad about some upcoming video. And then we're going to be talking about black fandom and anime. That should be a real interesting topic in and of itself. Be back in a sec. Hey folks, Chris Crazy House here, and I will be doing a live chat where I will be showcasing my original horror animations that I've done over the years, and I will be doing commentary over them, as well as giving you tidbits and lessons on how I accomplish these horror films. And when I do so, like I said, there will be a live chat. I'm hoping we'll have lots of fun. It's going to be on Halloween Day, so it'll be Halloween afternoon. So that Saturday afternoon, we'll be doing a live chat showcasing Chris Crazy House classic horror. We're going to be talking about my Zombie Takeover, which was the first one, Nightmare Room, the New Jersey Devil, The Mask and the Monster, and last but not least, my little kaiju animation called Side Beast 0008. So that's what we'll be talking about in that. Now, like I said, I will show the actual animation in the live video. I will give my commentary over it. Maybe if I can find some old pictures and some old drawings or some concept drawings of that, I'll be showcasing that as well. So we'll have lots of fun. And if you want to get into the chat with me there, you'll be able to ask me any type of question you want about how I accomplish these videos. Like I accomplished these things with the technology as it grew, doing independent animation with Flash and drawing stuff by hand. So fun times, and I can talk about the times as when I made them, what was going on in my life, and what prompted me to create such things, and talk about my fandom of horror films and also horror art and animation. So that's what we'll be doing Halloween Day. That'll be Saturday, October 31st. Saturday afternoon, we'll be doing a little live talking about my horror animation. I know you guys will enjoy it, especially if you're an animation enthusiast. If you like my work, you'll enjoy it. And if you haven't seen any of my horror animations, I will post a link in the description box for you to go do a little preview and look up the playlist that I've made of my horror films. So that's what we'll be doing Halloween Day. Can't wait to see you guys there. So, back to the crazy convo. Yes, sir. Chris Crazy House back in it again. And of course, can't have a zombie with messed up skin and messed up teeth and not have some messed up eyes as well. I mean, he's already got the googly eyes. One eye is lower than the other. I did that purposely to look like he's falling apart and rotting. So we're going to go around in his eyes and add a little red and some pinks and, make his eyes look nasty. And then I'm going to go with his pupils. I'll make that add some, neon green type colors. And then I will do some highlights on his skin. And when I do highlights, I'm actually just going to go ahead and use a store-bought, grocery store-bought highlighter. I know that probably goes against all the traditions of the great annals of artists all over the internet, but I don't care about that stuff. I just like doing my artwork and having a good time. So I will go in there with a highlighter and do some highlights on his skin. So if you don't like that, or you think that's not the way to go, that's on you. I do what I want and have fun doing it. And that's all that matters when it comes to doing your artwork. So anyway, let's talk about the anime having a black problem. Like I said, I saw this article on The Guardian, and someone posted, I believe it was the sister, Kimberly Mosberry. I've showcased her artwork on my channel before. She posted it up, and I watched it, and, at first I didn't want to watch it because I was like, it's going to be more of, black fandom complaining that there's racist stereotypes in anime, and why don't these people love us, and there was some of that in there, but what I saw when I watched the video was, there was some very intelligent talk with the different anime fans they talked to, and they were very honest as well. That's one thing I do appreciate about this video, is that they were very honest about the treatment that black people are shown in actual anime, but also within the anime fandom community. There's a lot of black people, when they do cosplay or when they do fan art or whatever online, they get attacked by these other people within the fandom community saying, this is not for you. This is not something that was made for you. You can't do that character like that. You can't dress like that character. It's not for black people. But I'm glad they were a little honest about that. I think they could have been a little more hardcore in that regard. That's how I am, but I can't expect everyone to be like me. So yeah, I saw it, and what was interesting is they were coming out and saying like, yeah, the portrayal of black people in a lot of these animations is just not right, and it is actually deliberate. The Japanese are deliberately doing that. Now, they kind of made some excuses for the Japanese by saying, well, the only images that the people in Japan were getting in animation were from a lot of the racism that they saw in Warner Brothers and Disney cartoons and other stereotypes of like the Sambo type characters. And yeah, that's true. But there's also some racism that goes on just in Japan in general. And a lot of people don't want to believe that. They think it's only, the European white establishment that is racist or has a supremacist mindset. No, it happens in Japan as well. It happens all across the globe, especially when it comes to being anti-black. A lot of people view black people as the bottom of the totem pole, the bottom of the ladder, the scum of the earth. And some of them just have a hate for us they don't even really truly understand. Now, there's some you can do delve into it with some psychology and say that there is a fear of us, but even so, it doesn't almost really matter why. It just matters that it does exist, and there's ways to combat that as well. Once again, get out there and support black content made for you, made to uplift you, and not just always depend on the anime to be your outlet for art and creativity. I have no problem with you watching anime or being into it or being into manga, because I'm into it. I'd be a hypocrite if I said don't like it or don't buy it, but I had knowledge of self at a young age, so I was never at the point where I was expecting these people to treat me any different than what the way that they are doing. Like, I expect that racism in their work. I expect it. So for me, it's not like that big of a deal. I can watch it and separate, how I've been doing. Because, I mean, we've been doing it so far with other types of content as well, not just anime. So don't get yourself too bent out of shape by what these people do in their work. Support black creator-owned content, and that way you can truly get your fix if you want something that uplifts you and not degrades you. But that's my opinion on that. So this is the final zombie here, folks. I hope you guys like it. Nasty, green, slimy, nasty mouth. Looks like if he bit you, he'd give you not only a zombie outbreak disease, but give you some nasty bacteria as well. But that's how we went, folks. I have his arm is kind of hanging off there. His clothes are tattered. You can look at him and tell he smells bad, and probably someone you would not want to run into at any time. And just, you think zombies are weak, think you could probably take them down because they're rotting and falling apart, but don't be too confident in yourself, because zombies, if they gang up on you or they come out with that surprise bite, sometimes that hunger gives them enough energy to go out there and get a good chunk out of your skin. So be careful out there for the zombies, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Chris Crazy Convo. Hope you enjoyed the live drawing. I wanted to try something different. I hope this is something that I can do more of. If you like it, it doesn't cost anything to give this video a like. And I hope you enjoyed chatting with me in the live chat. I enjoyed chatting with you as always. And go ahead, man. Subscribe to this channel. Once again, something else that doesn't cost any money. Subscribe, like, and if you think other people will appreciate this, go ahead and share it. I know I might have said some things that are controversial or things that might bother some folks, but the hell with that. It's a free country. The internet's supposed to be free speech, but you know how things go. I think I should be able to say what I want and have fun. I'm not dissing anybody else or the content they create. But I love my people, and I love the content that we create as well. I love it above anything else. I have no qualms about saying so. So you guys let me know how you feel about it. If you watch this and you didn't watch it live, you want to let me know how you feel about it in the comment section, please go ahead and comment and let me know what you think about my drawing as well. I always like to get constructive criticism. Don't be mean, or else you might get blocked here. But whatever. So have fun, folks, and let's keep on having some fun for the rest of October. We'll do the best we can in the sucky situation that we are in this country, but I think there is still room to have some fun and enjoy ourselves. Anyway, this is Chris Crazy House signing out, and make sure you like this, and I'll be back again with another Chris Crazy House Convo. Anyway, peace out.